Welcome everyone. I am first and foremost sorry for the abysmal audio quality, and I think the video quality, as in the picture, also suffers, but this is all I can give to you as of now, because yeah, I have moved. I am now on a giant rock floating in the ocean called the UK. And I couldn't bring my equipment with me, and currently I have very bad internet, so I cannot even play myself. But what I can do is well, downloading this replay took forever, by the way, and hopefully I will be able to upload what I do here. So this replay is downloaded, so it doesn't matter that my internet is bad. I can still commentate and hopefully upload afterwards. And yes, I'm very sorry for the poor quality, but as a compensation, I'm staring at the screen right now, I should probably be looking at the camera, right? But as a compensation, I will be using a webcam from now on, so you can see me while I talk. I think that's more natural anyway, to see the person who's talking, right? Makes sense. And this laptop has a nice little camera here, so why not use it, right? And this game is a viewer game. I haven't made one of those in a while, and I thought, well, Kalangel, I don't know. Oh damn, we need to pause right here because I actually want to comment on what is going on. But Kalangel, I don't know how to pronounce their name. Leave me a comment how to pronounce it, please. Because this guy, he left so many comments already under my videos asking me to please analyze one of his replays again. And I think being resilient like this should be rewarded. And obviously, if you want to be featured in this series, the more you post the more often you comment on my videos and ask me to do it. No, it's not annoying for me. It actually helps me to remember you. So the more you do it, the more I see your name, the more likely it is that I decide randomly out of my mood, hey, let's just do this. And this is what I'm doing right now. This is a silver game. And he's obviously playing Misfortune. Where's pause, unpause, and okay, my finger's hovering now, but we are already in a pretty dangerous situation. The level 2 gank from the Vi, and well, Leona should be able to do something, but this is really a cheesy. Yeah, okay, she probably stunned. I actually didn't pay that much attention, but this is a cheesy little gank here. And there's nothing, well, there's not too much you can do about it, because wards that early. Typically, a gank like this is more aimed at top lane, because it's better to start top lane anyway, so your bot lane doesn't have to leash. And top lane is generally speaking more vulnerable. For example, here this Mordekaiser has no escape abilities, neither has the Alawi, so a level 2 gank top lane is very much what is going on. The repeat gank from the Vi. Okay. So what you need to do in this situation, you are currently losing lane, which is to be expected. You cannot do anything about it. And damn, how can I... Ah, yeah. This little button. Okay, manual camera. There we go. How you play a quote-unquote losing lane. Hey, I don't need to say quote-unquote anymore, I can actually air quote. Alright, I need to get used to all this. I'm still, in the back of my head, I'm still thinking, okay, the camera is not looking at me. It doesn't make any difference because I'm just talking, but still, this information in the back of my head, it changes my behavior, I guess, on a subconscious level. I don't know. I'm getting used to this. It was like this when I first started recording my voice. It is like this when I now first start recording myself. So I got used to the former, so we'll get used to the latter too. Okay, Misfortune with a back there, which is a nice back timing, to be fair. She at least got a longsword, and the wave is not in a terrible spot. And on top of that, those two do not realize Misfortune has backed and are not shoving the wave hard enough. So you will probably get most of this farm, well, more than you should have gotten had they pushed the lane. Yeah, but this lane is now you can start to dominate again. You actually have item advantage over Twitch. He is on the long lane at your side of the map, so what you can do, you could have autoed him there. Yeah, you look for love taps, you look for Q bounces, doesn't matter if they crit, damage is damage. And you win the early game against Twitch, as you should. Who's a jungler, by the way? Oh, it's Warwick. Warwick has a nice early game too, generally speaking, so he might help. But this lane is very much in your favor, especially at level 6. Leona Misfortune is such a nice combo because the Leona chain CC is exactly what Misfortune wants, right? How's farm going? 24 to 26. Alright, so you didn't lose much, even though you follow up immediately. But the Karma is zoning you. That was nice. The Karma could have probably... Did she use all her abilities? I would have expected more damage from her, but hey, it worked out. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Leona holds them in place. You don't even need your ulti per se, because you do that much burst damage, and the time Leona gives you with her CC is well, kind of in sync with Misfortune's burst window. That's all you need. Just a little bit of time. Yeah, you overstayed there. Just a little bit of time to get your Q and your auto off, and then you retreat, and that's all you need. And that was actually quite good, but you could have guessed from the Vi's behavior that she really wanted to camp bot lane. She showed you... well, she showed presence twice already. Wow, what a fiesta. But yeah, Zed roaming bot there is good, reacting to the Vi's play. But I would have probably died to the Vi there too, if I'm completely honest, since I probably would have been greedy as well for the minions and just told myself, hey, she's probably going to farm topside jungle or something. Okay, but you should have an advantage right now. Yeah, Twitch is 0-2 and you are 1-1-1. He got a Vamp Scepter though. This is not too big of a deal. You can still poke the Karma and pretty much out-farm the Twitch. Vamp Scepter is really only helpful if take poke damage. So either you semi all in him, that's how I call it right now, and then you zone him from his minions, well, from your minions rather, so he cannot use his lifesteal actually. If he's zoned from the wave, lifesteal means nothing. On top of that, the 15% lifesteal is not too much right now, because obviously the more damage you do, the more valuable lifesteal gets, and dealing pretty much base damage only with plus 15 AD, it's not too much, is it? Alright, but the wave is under tower now, and you should be able to farm this easily with your 25 extra AD. Yeah, looks nice. Alright, alright. Focus, focus. Ah, goodness. Why? I can actually look at you now. Why you missed that minion? Tell me. Okay. Back to business. Yeah, focus on your last hits. This is probably the most important thing when you are in low-ish elo. Get farm, get all the free minions they give to you, and you basically get more gold than they do, because this is one of the main mistakes in lower elo, that you don't farm well. But if you start farming well, you have more gold, and then you're automatically stronger. Greedy Q there. I saw you used Mana Flow Band, by the way. This is not necessary in my opinion. Oh, the level 6 power spike. Ooh, nice. And the Twitch does not even have level 6 hit. Kite backwards at the owner. Okay. He's too weak, actually. By kiting backwards, you 100% guaranteed that you don't die to the Twitch, and if he starts attacking Leona, you can then just walk forward again. But probably your play was... Oh, you missed the cannon minion. I saw that. But probably your play was fine too, and I would have been a little bit too careful there. Because, well, Twitch wasn't level 6 yet, and his damage was way lower due to that. But hey, you won lane pretty much. Not pretty much, you outrate one lane and have a massive lead. And should be able to snowball this to the to a solid victory. You do not take tower yet, which is not necessary. It's nice that you're back there because Karma returning pretty much means that Twitch might be there too, and you do need to respect his invincibility. And Warwick gets an Infernal Drake for you, so you should win this game. Easy. Hands down. Oh wait, why is top lane turret gone? A Z ghost. Alright, that's nasty. Okay, first turret gold goes to Mordekaiser, which is an issue, but Mordekaiser is not the tankiest of champions, and you should be able to burst him down. He will probably build a Gunblade later on, but right now you know... Oh well, you have to see how fed the Mordekaiser gets, but if he gets fed, it's definitely worth to buy Executioner's Calling, just to tone down his healing. It's the same as with Darius or with Illaoi. You don't want him to randomly just pentakill you on his own, and he cannot do that as long as Grievous Wounds are on him. So it's kind of a safety net. Right, the Vi gets counter-ganked. I like this ulti. It ended the fight before it even started, and that's the safest way. You pretty much just get the pick on the Vi. Nasty. Right, you have the reset with Dark Harvest. Yeah, but I was talking about your... Oh, Mordekaiser teleported bot lane. Yeah. Yeah, this fight was a little bit messy. Even I couldn't keep track of everything that happened. And I would have seen the Mordekaiser teleporting too late too. But the Illaoi not following, does she have teleport up? Why can I see that? Yes, she does, and now she teleports for some reason. Okay, yeah, this was a huge blunder by the Illaoi, but let's look at this team fight again. From the points where you catch the Vi. No, that's not early enough. Still, wow, that was a long fight. Alright, damn, I just rewinded a lot. Okay, what's happening now? Let's break this down completely. You see the Vi, and you do get an easy pick on her, because she doesn't know yet. Okay, now she saw the ward, but now it's too late. Now she's already dead, pretty much. Yeah, okay. So this is now good for you. You are 4 people grouped, Vi is down, you can look for a fight. Pantheon joins, you collapse on the Pantheon, which is nice. Now you see the teleports. I didn't see it initially too, but you do see it here, and you should retreat right now. But what you do instead, you go further in and get demolished by the Mordekaiser. Yes, it is a great mistake from the Illaoi not to mirror his teleport. Oh, it's not off cooldown. Okay, so Illaoi can't do anything about this, but as soon as you see this teleport, you need to retreat. And now Morde is fed, is he? Isn't he? Question tags. Looks like it. Got first tower gold, got 3 kills. Massive. Alright, so what did you do here? You bought Ghostblade, which is fine. I like it as a first item on Misfortune. Some people go Dustblade, but it doesn't matter too much, and I think Ghostblade is a little bit better. Just for the roaming and for the mobility. But with Mana Flow Band, it's debatable. I think it comes down to playstyle. It's a fine rune, for sure. I, however, just don't spam my E in lane, or don't use my E in lane, rather, and take the celerity instead. Well, but that might just be me because I value movement speed rather highly. Okay, Twitch completed boots. You are 30 farm and 2 kills ahead, which is basically 4 kills ahead, right? because 30 farm equals 2 kills, gold-wise. Don't get greedy. The Twitch is free hitting you. Alright. This was nicely played by you, but the Leona, she should have stopped attacking the turret and just straight up stun the Twitch, so you get an easy kill on him. And Leona would have taken a few tower shots, but she can afford to do that, and you wouldn't have taken as much damage from the Twitch. That would have been better, but you cannot control the Leona, obviously. Okay, now that bot turret has been destroyed, you could look to take top turret, but you can only really do that if your jungler is topside as well, especially since you no longer have protection from this turret, since it is destroyed, obviously. So going mid lane is a nice play macro-wise, and especially in this situation where you can just collapse here and make this a 2v4. But let's see how this plays out. Stunned on the turret, should be dead. And now you are 4v1, and Bodekaiser should be dead too. And Pantheon should be dead as well. Okay. Okay, he just ran. And you had no crowd control up. Okay, so, but this was a good fight. You should get a mid tower off of this. Oh goodness, you took 3 tower shots and wasted your heal. This actually is bigger than you think, because not having heal up for a future team fight might cost you the fight, obviously. Summoner spell cooldowns are very important. But what you always need to think after a play like this, where you just kill 2 of them without losing any of your team members, what objective can you take? And there would have been a few options. First of all, you could have just safely pushed in mid-wave. Pantheon's wave clear is rather lackluster, and so you could have just pushed him in, taking this. I can actually do pointing gestures and just see them, but I probably should still use the mouse, right? I hope you see the cursor. You could have taken this turret, but you could have also, since the wave is stacking up massively, could have rotated top lane immediately after taking those 2 kills and just pushed in this turret, which would have been the safest play probably. And take Rift Herald after, or even before. Take Rift Herald before, push in top lane. You could have gotten 2 top lane turrets by going Rift Herald, and then this turret with Rift Herald. Alright, but you stay mid for some reason. It's fine still, but now you gave them enough time to regroup, so you got nothing out of it, and you could have gotten Rift Herald plus 2 towers by using Rift Herald. Alright, what's going on? How did that develop? I did actually not see that, because I was looking at top lane. Okay, so the Zed gets quote-unquote caught by the Vi. Needs to flash. And the Leona goes in. Yeah, that's just mediocre solo queue coordination. And now she flashes out again. And this ult is way too early. The important abilities from the enemies, well, the enemies are not in check yet, and they are not occupied with something else, which gives them enough time to just run directly at you and kill you, like it happened here. But what you should have been doing is, it is my favorite maneuver in the game when you're an AD carry. It is run around in circles and wait for something to happen, because you don't. It's not your job to brawl, right? You wait until a fight fully develops without people flashing out again. And well, when the flashes, this is why you should be tracking summoner cooldowns, because if flashes are on cooldown, people cannot disengage that easily. And if a team fight is starting and no team has the opportunity to disengage, they are obviously forced to use their spells and their crowd control, and then you as an AD carry can go in and deal massive damage. And by going in, I also mean ulting with Misfortune in a position like this. You should have been standing way back here, and walking around, being a hard target to hit. And as soon as something develops here, you can start ulting from here without dying. Alright, so you've respawned and you went bot lane. You're still very much ahead in farm compared to the Twitch. And Mordekaiser is not yet going for for Gunblade, but the Vi is heavily stacking armor, which makes sense because you are, I would say you are full AD. Warwick deals some magic damage, but he's not truly a damage dealer, you know. So your third item should definitely be a Last Whisper item. Yeah, this is a terrible, well, it's not a terrible team comp per se, but it's a terrible team comp when you go into the late game. And Mordekaiser and Twitch caught you there. Well, talking about general stuff and about what's happening right now is very hard. Okay, so you take the dragon, second Infernal, which is huge, but then you get trapped and killed. Unfortunate. Wait, one question. Yes. This ward right there. When you do the dragon like this without having killed without getting picks ahead of time, you risk exactly that. Getting blown out, getting trapped, getting killed. And you can prevent that by just placing a control ward. As blue team, I would place it here, so you see this area, and by placing it between those points, you still... I still point at the screen, but okay, look at the cursor. You still see this ward, and then you can just retreat, wait for them to check, because they need to check. They do no longer have vision, no longer have objective control, and when they check, you are the ones trapping them, and then you blow them out, and then you take the dragon. Safe. But that's not what happened, so deal with it. Alright. This, by the way, is, well, you're still sitting on Boots of Speed, but you need to, you kind of need to account for Pantheon just jumping on you, and Vi just point and click ulting you, so you should probably buy Ninja Tabby. You should probably have both of them by now. Yeah, will help a lot. Make it way easier, way harder for them to dive you. But yeah, poking the Vi like this doesn't really do much. She has 1.5 armor items basically. And you're still air ramming at mid with Warwick split pushing. Does he at least have Tiamat? Yes, he does. Okay. But still, I don't like this. You have no objective control, you have no wards on the map, and what you should be doing in a mid-game like this, instead of just air-ramming, yes, you finally got the tower, but you took some bad fights beforehand for this. Alright, yeah, that's good. And I still talked about macro stuff while this was going on. Okay, so you know they are at Rift Herald, and you are 5, and you know they are not 5, right? So this is definitely a good play. Yes, that was a nice decision macro-wise. You saw 2 on the map, you heard the Rift Herald dying, you collapsed as 5, easy. 2 free kills. But that's, well, that's the best outcome you could have had there. But the situation itself was a little bit, it was not clean, let's put it like this, because what you should have done, you should have had vision on the objective, since objectives win you games, right? And you should have taken Rift Herald yourself, or contested it while they were taking it. Not having vision is basically giving up objectives for free. Alright, but you do get a second mid tower at least. And they waste their abilities, you should just disengage. Just run. Just run. No. Run! This is an overstay. They have just respawned. And you have your bags full of gold, don't you? Yeah, look at this. Look at this. No, why are you fighting? No, Ilaoi, please. Don't. This is a bad fight. You should spam ping them back. Go behind the turret, start your recall. Even if you lose this turret, it's way better than staying and fighting. You are so weak right now. Look at this gold. You are so weak. Let's put it like this. Top lane, 1000 gold behind right now, just from inventory. And here, also 1000 gold difference. Mid lane is fine. because... did he recall? Probably. Here, you are 1.5k gold behind. This is 3 kills. So basically, you are having 4 kills right now, and Twitch has 5 kills. If you just look at the gold, which means he's stronger, right? No, he's not. The farm difference still. But still, you are wasting an opportunity to extend your lead as an AD carry. And so is your team. Also wasting opportunities. Alright, but let's see what happens. I actually don't know. Let's find out. He should just retreat. This is so painful to watch. Oh, goodness. And now the fight comes. And the flashes. Twitch kills you, right? Okay, Leona bails you out. Okay. This still worked somehow. It still worked, but my point still stands. Just spend your gold. Don't risk stupid shit like this. Alright. Vi going in there with basically no HP is breaking red team's neck right there. Because she just immediately dies. All her tankiness against this full AD team is worthless. And then, yeah, let's look at your positioning, because it was actually quite well done. Yeah, you run around in circles, you see the initiation, you wait for the important cooldowns to drop, now you combo with Leona ulti. That was very good. But now you try to duel the Twitch, which would have gone wrong probably if Leona wasn't there, so... I don't know how well you know your support, whether you were on TeamSpeak or something, and if you could have communicated, if you were communicating, but if it's just a random solo queue teammate who is occupied with fights in this corner, after you channel your ult and kill them, you just retreat, so the Twitch cannot actually kill you. He almost did. Alright, so enemy is respawning right now. You retreat right now. You have so much gold on you. Even, it's just, yeah, you need to run. Please. Please. Okay. No. Run. Just run. Okay, if she 1v3s you, you can probably do something. Yep, well, this back can be easily disrupted. And now, your team should still be backing. Don't encourage them to fight. You are encouraging them to fight. What you should be doing is retreat, ping them back so they back, because they haven't backed. And you can take this camp, you can take this camp, you can take this camp in the meantime. You can do so much to extend your lead. But, yeah, your teammates are not backing when they should. Allowing 2k gold, 3k gold, 1.5k gold. Your teammates should be backing. Ping them back, spam them back, spam ping them back, go farm the jungle. Don't do this. And I don't know why you are in the mid lane. In order to take this inhibitor safely, you need to push the vision line into their jungle, and you do this the most, well, you do this more easy if you just remove the outer turrets on the side lanes.
Shut down.
Talking about macro stuff, alright. What happens here? Rift Herald is summoned. This is so bad. Yeah, you're cornered. That was a pretty basic positioning error. I will show you. Alright. So you see the Vi there, and Fog of War. You know they are there because they have summoned Rift Herald. You know they are mid lane. And obviously you think, hey, I want to be safe. I want to retreat to my turret, which is the correct idea. But the execution, when you go this way, you are with your backs against this wall, cannot retreat. You have to fight if they want to fight you, and you don't want to fight. You want the safety of your turret. So, and this turret is gone anyway. There's no way you hold this turret when Rift Herald is on the map, just summoned. You should be retreating this way so you cannot get caught, and through this bush. And if Rift Herald wasn't there, you could then loop around here, retreat to your turret, and defend it. But with Rift Herald you should just retreat here and look to defend the next turret, drop a ward in this bush. You might as well drop a ward over this wall, so you have vision of this crossroads, right? But walking there, yeah, you have to walk past that wall, which takes way too long. And rightfully so, you die for that. Okay, Warwick has no chance of defending. No chance whatsoever, yeah. You just fed the Mordekaiser so big. And Warwick there was just the cherry on the top. No, the cherry on top. No, the cherry on top, yeah. Deciding to give away a free kill. Oh goodness, the 1v5. Yeah, this is so dumb too. In a situation like this, you have to accept that you cannot defend this inhibitor. As soon as this fight happened, Warwick has to accept that, well, Warwick cannot defend this on his own, so he has to retreat and hope his teammates respawn and come and help him as soon as possible. So maybe he can hold the inhibitor together with Zed and together with the respawning team, well, buying time for the respawning teammates and then defend this. But dying one by one, now you have to admit when you've lost an objective. You cannot just as a last resort to redeem yourself, air quotes, you cannot as a means of redeeming yourself sacrifice your own life. No, that's not how you win games. You need to plan this in advance. Think, what happens if I jump into 5 people? What happens? Not gonna work. Oh well, but they overstay. They do get the inhib though. You, however, get big shutdown gold. And Twitch... well, Twitch will probably get away. Probably. He's long gone, isn't he? What is he doing? Why is he... Wait, I need to see that. What's going on? No, I want to see... Why? Twitch. Why? What's happening? This is crazy. Okay, so he now all he needs. What? All he needs to do is run down the lane, and he's safe. But no, let's base tower dive them 1v5. What a madman! All right. Fair enough. Well, but this is an opportunity for you. Obviously. Take this dragon. Beware of the Mordekaiser. What did he buy? Armor. Yeah. The team comp breaks their neck. They can just stack armor. And... alright. So, first of all, boot choice. What is Murktreads doing for you here? This is... the magic resist is reducing Mordekaiser's damage a little bit, but he will still kill you. The magic resist is reducing Thornmail damage a little bit, but that's not the point. The magic resist also reduces Karma damage. She is the support. The passive, the Tenacity, doesn't reduce Vi ultimates because it's a knockup. It does reduce Pantheon stun, but when Pantheon jumps on you, you're dead. And it does reduce Karma Snare, but that's not your issue. So wrong boot choice, and looking at team comp, full AD versus enemies who actually notice that you're a full AD, you need an early Last Whisper. Oh well, let's see how it plays out. Retreat. You retreat right now. You don't want this fight. They've just respawned. Okay. Okay. That was dumb of me. I actually just saw the Vi top lane, and you've probably seen Vi top lane and knew that you could take this fight easily. And Twitch was dead. What was I thinking? Yeah. I just had like Vietnam flashbacks from the dragon earlier where you got collapsed on, and it looked like the same situation except for the fact that the Vi wasn't there, and you know. Alright, so this was fine. I was just being hysterical. How's your farm looking, by the way? Yeah, it's okay-ish for silver players. Well, it's nothing amazing. You could have 100 farm more than you do at this point already, had you farmed perfectly. Yeah, and this farm deficit, well, not in comparison to Twitch, but in comparison to what you could have, is because of this stupid ARAM style mid lane. You need to take sideway farm and jungle farm when there's nothing going on. Just ARAMing at mid does not extend your lead. Alright, so what do you buy now? Rapid fire cannon. That's nice, I like it, but again, in this team comp you need Last Whisper early. Yeah. Yeah, I should have just bought Lord Dominic's Regards instead. Especially against heavy armor stack. Let's look at Mordekaiser. How much armor does he have? 150, roughly. And a third of 150. So, Lord Doms against Mordekaiser would give you roughly 50 flat armor penetration, because a third of 150 is 50, obviously. And that's definitely worth it. Randomness mid lane. Yeah, no. This is bad positioning. When you try to flank as an AD carry, you get flanked. Yeah, exactly. You never do that. You need to stay grouped with your team and run behind them in circles. Yeah, this positioning error cost you the game. Pretty much. You cannot defend now. And you died for no reason. You died without having a chance of fighting back. You saw when you looped around there? You came from the river. They were here as 5, you were 2, approaching them. And Leona can now do nothing but watch. Okay, so you could have easily won this, but you deal no damage when you're dead. And macro game. Macro game is so important. Yeah, you could have easily won this game. First of all, itemization. Look at the enemy team comp. Just think for yourself. Do Merc Treads make sense? Do Tabi make sense? Does Merc Treads? Does or do? Never mind. Well, you need to pick the right boots, and this is always dependent on the enemy team comp. And also, when you see the enemy just stacking armor, you need Last Whisper early. Positioning wise, well, I think I've said everything already. And if you rewatch this and look at the team fights where you died with, well, for no reason, you can probably try to remember and implement them. Implement the correct macro play choices in your next game. And I think that's it for today. I hope you still like it, even though I only got this Tyler 1 style headset mic thing set up, and my laptop is probably not too great compared to my setup at home in Germany. Well, this is now my home, obviously, for the next 7 months, but oh well, what can you do? I hope you still like it, and I hope I am able to upload this. So if you want to be featured in this series, just leave me a comment with your server name and your summoner name, and I'll see what I can do. Alright, so I hope you liked it, and well, leave a like if you did, leave a dislike if you didn't, and I see you... I don't know when I see you again. Maybe I upload every 2 days. Well, that would be a lot, but maybe I can manage to upload every other day, right? And starting from the 15th until the 23rd, I won't have any internet whatsoever. But starting from the 24th, I have proper internet. I can start playing again. I can start uploading again, hopefully. But let's see. Oh well. I wish you the best of luck, and see you.